So today gonna work on the animator some more as we do. But first gonna um, show some interesting things first. So this design mode I really want to try out. Maybe today. We'll see if I can get it working. But it would be really cool to see what we can do with this. So they are putting a design feature of cursors so you can play around with the visuals before you actually code it. I kind of wonder if this is going to speed up the workflow at all, though, because it's already really, really fast at generating the HTML, CSS, and whatever you're doing. So I just wonder, like, is it actually useful to? Oh, granted, let's say you wanted to kind of move it around yourself and do maybe some design work yourself, kind of like in like Figma or something. Maybe that's kind of the use case. It's kind of like where you're pretty particular about your vision and what you want to create. So that'll be interesting. Check out. It's also interesting their strategy, I guess, in terms of the features they're deciding to work on. Another thing is cursor is free for all students. So it's like, I wish I was still a student. That would be nice. Although I am kind of wondering, do they mean the premium? Um, all the I mean, surely it's not just free forever. I'm sure it's just like a limit of premium queries. Here it is. Yeah. Wait, there's no cap. Oh, okay, okay, okay. So you have unlimited normal requests, and then 500 free premium. So if you're building something, you'll probably reach the reach the cap pretty quickly there. See if there's anything else. I think. All right, there's a new open source video model. Might be worth checking out. And then I was looking at this. It sounds interesting, but then you look at the features and what they are, and I don't know. I'm just not. For me personally, I'm not super interested in these. But so it has a PR reviewer. Might be useful for if you're working with a team currently. And then the other ones here. So sharing your conversation. Knowledge coming from Google Docs. Securely deploy apps directly to internal admin controlled Netlify account, and then update admin analytics. Okay, cool. But me personally, it doesn't really apply to what I'm doing. So cool. And oh yeah, and this video was made with AI. It's kind of like telling the story of this old story, but just putting some visuals on it. And obviously, that's the Studio Ghibli style. Um, that I thought it was interesting. There was a lot of hate in the comments, as usual, for these kinds of things. Cool. Oh yeah, and then this one, this guy. Yesterday we kind of went over this shader. I was thinking it would be very interesting today to. So we couldn't make a shader like he did, right? When we were just querying Grok. At least we were using Grok. But he made this tweet explaining exactly how it works. So I'm wondering if now we can make the shader if we plug this into Grok and then ask it to make a new shader based on his explanation in this thread. I have a feeling that might work. So make a new based on the explanation. Make it look like hell. I don't know. It should be like an inferno or something. So then we'll be able to quickly plug this in to the website, get a quick result here. But I always find it amazing. This guy is producing shaders with like 50 lines, and then you plug into AI, it's going to be not as elegant as this guy, but this guy I think is something else. So let's try it out. And he only, I recommend following, he only tweets shaders. Cool, so let's see if it runs. Looks like it got an error, so let's plug that back in. I'll just copy it. Because it'd be cool to make a bunch of, because for the animation site too, like at some point maybe we could have some animate shaders. It would require building a library, but for people. And it would only work with the library. Second. It would only work. Cool. Let's try the new one out. Okay. It is just a solid color. I would try it one more time. So currently it is just a solid color. Oh, hell yeah. That's pretty cool. Hey, that's pretty cool actually. All right, so let's move the camera to the right a bit. To the right a bit. Most of the screen. But what else can we do? Maybe we can add a separate lighting over here. Maybe that we add like a yellow or maybe a deep red over here. But first, I actually want to do something, which is just move the camera. It's one of these variables here. Because if we can move the camera, then we don't have to ask it to do that for us. So anyway. Okay, so we can maybe increase the waviness. Whoa. Okay, that's pretty cool actually. Okay, I'm just gonna play around with this for a while because this is gonna be a lot of fun. Let's modify stuff just to see what we can do with this. So this kind of, let's set this to be really high. 10. Kind of looks like the surface of the sun or something. Oh, okay, that's how we can maybe zoom out a little bit. Okay, here's what I'm thinking. Like, we should have like one side has some cool waviness, and then maybe another one of those on the other side. Okay, before I ask it to redesign it, I'm going to go back to what it was at the beginning, except that one change we made, because I like that one the best so far. Yeah, this one's cool. I like this one. So I'm gonna save it. It's kind of like your camera going through, like, I guess like the sun or something. And now maybe we could try applying it to a model or something, just to see what that would look like. I don't think it's too hard. I think you should be able to do it pretty easily. Let's see. So let's redesign the shader. Give me some ideas. Should keep the same approach. Oh, the underwater vortex sounds kind of cool. Yeah, I saw that. Oh, you actually oh, you got it from the video? Nice. Cool. I'm happy that that was helpful. Although you probably would have seen it at some point anyway. Yeah, it's free for students. The you get it's 500 limited on the premium queries, but the normal queries is unlimited. So pretty cool. All right, last time it did this, but we just had to zoom out a little bit. Or I think we made this number much bigger. I'm just gonna make everything much bigger so we can see it. Okay, I will just tell it. As long as they haven't really given a limit, but they'll imagine quite a while. That's pretty cool. I kind of wish I had that in college, but I also think I would have been much more lazy. So it's a trade-off there. Yeah, let's see if we can see it. Yeah, and Jojo, I tried to do the emotes thing, but apparently I have to like. Oh, that's cool. Okay, but apparently I have to get 50 followers on Twitch before I can have emotes and some other things too. I think. I don't really know why. I'm a little confused. Like, why are they gatekeeping emojis? It's kind of strange. I don't understand it. Let's use this should make it look interesting, I think. Oh, no. All right. I'm just gonna ask it to zoom in on this thing. Okay, so it said this one is the some direction or something. So let me play with that once it loads. So okay, so if anyone's watching, probably like, why is this interesting? Maybe, but we can do a lot with this kind of stuff. Like we can put it on the model, change the colors. We can make water looking stuff. Change kind of the make it look like it's like waving and stuff. Ooh, that one's cool. It's like swirl. It's like a whirlpool. But I kind of want to add some like lights. I'm gonna save this one too. So I showed this at the beginning of the video, but Cursor released a design kind of part of the IDE that I might try today. I'll show it in a sec. Let me run this one, and then I'll go switch over. Oh, I do see a slight light, I think. But anyways. Gotta just make a new tab, I think. So here's the design mode. It's kind of like a Figma built in or something. Simple Figma. Man. Hold on. We can maybe get ideas from this other site that we checked out yesterday. This one. For like how to... that's what I should do. Okay, so... Like we have some really great ideas with what this guy did. So we can take an image and try to figure out how to prompt to get something similar to the some of these ideas. It's just a lot of swirliness, this part. Let's go look over here. I already looked at this one, I think. This is cool. All right, not much shader stuff here, but it is cool. These clouds. Just kind of artsy. Let's see. Yeah, I didn't make this Rusty. This is just this guy. I agree though. He's pretty. It's just one guy, and he doesn't have many followers on Twitter really. Oh, it crashed. So I didn't really see many shaders on that one. So I'll check it out later. I think we could make some lights. That's a good start. Oh, let's maybe make it change colors. Let's also make it. There should be like a shader site or something with like all the good prompts. Oh no. Yeah. No, that guy's one day. He has my favorite 3GS site, so it kind of shows you what's possible. He has it's his music too, so he basically is making music videos in the browser. Oh, I see. Grok isn't finishing these shaders. Let me, because I know if I'm sending a chat with the post, it uses a smaller model. So let's maybe. Hold on, I'm gonna test something real quick with the chat. Okay, cool. Let's just ask to print the whole thing. So the camera's pointing at a blank screen. I think I might try making these shaders also with Cloud just to see. Yeah, let's give it a shot. So I'm gonna plug in the shader that we had over here. That's not. For some reason, it's a different. Whoa, that's cool. Okay, that's pretty interesting. Wow. Wait, so every time I run it, is it doing something totally different? Because it looks very different to the first time I ran it. Take the. Okay, I'm gonna change this. Oh, I'm gonna change this one and then the one above. Okay, okay. Okay, so my understanding is it's gonna be a bit harder than I was thinking. Let me think. So, one of the GLB is to texture. Interesting. Well, in that case, I probably won't be trying to apply this to the model, but it is definitely fun to mess with. I think today what I'm going to do is like make it a little more friendly, the tool for, you can just add you can add a bunch of sample models. Because I saw a similar site do kind of something like that. Like you can just start the editor and then just click click a sample model. So that way people could test it. They don't need to have a model on hand. So let's create a new branch to do that. Looks like I had a bunch of stuff. I think it was somewhat working, so I'm gonna commit that. What are we gonna call it? Like, I just call it sample models. So on the landing page, create a new section to, like, maybe it should be drag and drop your GLT file here, or start the editor. Should it be like a separate box or should it be in the same box? I'm gonna ask it to come up with something. Is to allow the user to start the editor without a model. For entering the editor. I'm going to let it come up with something because I'm not totally sure how it should look, and just see if it looks good. It's usually pretty good at that. I don't really like having 3 different boxes. Maybe we can come up with a different way that this should look. Let's get some ideas. I don't really like having tabbed interface. Tabs horizontally on the sidebar. Circular hub. The hub is a circular element. weird. I'm kind of thinking Suno has this thing where you can select different genres, and it was kind of like that. Like it's like a circular rotating thing for all the options. It's kind of cool, but I don't know. But this is kind of like I wouldn't mind actually having something a little bit more visually interesting than just boxes. So let's see if we can come up with something. It's simple, but like visually interesting than just. So a cosmic portal hub. Okay, definitely not. It's very strange. I think I'm going to keep it simple. So like browse files or enter the editor maybe below or maybe above here. And yeah, let's just do that. Let's put enter editor in the same box as model below. Pretend. How to use that one? I guess we could have used the new cursor design thing. Try it out. I'll update and try it real quick. I guess we could have used the. Okay, make it much smaller. Oh, that actually looks not bad. Just remove this one. Actually, yeah, I like that. That's pretty simple. Maybe we could have a similar gradient because we have this like gradient on the buttons. I'm gonna play my Suno song. Hey man, how's it going, Indie Soup? It's a site to animate some models so you can use it in your game or video. So I'll show you. So these two were animated with this. It doesn't rig the model or anything, but you can do some simple stuff. One is like kind of like motion animations. So this is like kind of like an accordion. I usually just click random till something interesting happens. So like, let's say you're making a video where you're breaking apart some object. This would be an easy way to quickly, because After Effects supports these models, GLBs, so you can just, so yeah, like, let's say you're explaining like a chip. You break it apart and then, so that would be that one. And then recently we've been working on these audio animations, so it's synced with music. This one works now. And then let's show you the morph stuff if you're interested. So with the morphs, you select what region you want to animate. So for example, in the game I was working on, we want to do the sail. So this would be like cloth. This actually modifies the model instead of just like making it move. So this is kind of like a cloth one. Yeah, thanks. Next, we probably will today just kind of make it so people can start the editor without a model, and then they can load in a model with Trippo maybe. Actually, I should set that up today. I don't think it'd be too bad because they have APIs, so you just like you'd be like, okay, I want to. So like this model here, right? It was made with Trippo, so people can make models like this just pretty simply. So maybe we can make a little chat over here to. Second. Okay, I'm gonna put little rules on the screen again. Okay, I'll make that small. And the music, I don't know if it's loud enough, but that was made with Suno 4.5. I made that. Okay, so now we have the button that we just created. I think it looks pretty good. Commit it. Let's maybe add a little gradient, kind of similar to these. Oh, this should be above. Oh yeah. We should make probably the upload. I should rename this to make more sense. Oh, change the color. I don't really want that. Change the color. purple. Also move this, upload. Texts, and this as well. So I'll let it try to come up with something there. Oh, it actually goes to the editor without errors. Interesting. Okay, so upload your model. Choose to start with a sample model or upload your own. I still think we should rename this part because oh, get started. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Cool. That looks pretty good. All right, cool. So now quick start editor, what it should do is like, I think it should do two things. The first thing is like, it pops up like a kind of like a get started menu, and it'll be like maybe 10 models or something you can click, or it will say upload your own model in case they just wanted to see first, like they didn't, like we'll just have another option, they can upload the model. So let's create a new component for that. So when a user clicks attach the landing page to start the editor, we want the components in the editor page to show that will allow the user to click one of the sample models to load in. It should also have a way for them to upload a model and also generate a model. This will be connected to Trippo with AI. And create a separate file for this component. For now, only implement the UI and connect it to the editor. So it shows, but only when the user clicks quick start. Oh, it actually included some of the models we already have in the project. So that kind of makes sense, right? I'm gonna zoom out a little bit so I can see. Okay, cool. Nice. That looks pretty good. The only thing is there's probably gonna be like, 20 different models. So these boxes will be much smaller once we add a lot. And then also I want it to be wider. So probably take up, 80% of the page or something. But other than that, looks pretty good. So I'll just ask it to first just make it wider. The reason is because they should be able to see the models a little bit. We'll upload a little bunch of sample images maybe. Don't make it bigger height-wise. Just increase the width by 50%. Make sure the height fits on the page. Right now it is too big. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna accept, but then I'm gonna restore checkpoint to where it was pretty good. So I'll accept and then go here, restore. Nice, yeah, so here's good. I'm gonna commit so I don't have to do that again. I'm gonna create a new chat as well. Yeah, honestly, this music, I mean, this is actually better than my music on Spotify. A lot of it. Like, I'm kind of jamming more to this than I do my music. So, all right, so let's make the width of this component to be 50% more. Don't change the height. And I'm gonna make sure to attach all the CSS files. I think it's just this one. Okay, what's going on here is there's got to be some parent component doing something, I think. Somehow. Oh, I see what happened. When I updated cursor, it shifted my model to be auto, which is always trash. So we reject. And I'm going to switch back to my normal model, which is Claude 3.7. Oh. Oh, but still did it, so something's still wacky. I don't really understand the appeal of the auto model selection, because why would you not want to know which model is being used? All right, I'm just gonna go in the CSS because I'm not really sure what's going on here. I'm gonna set the max height to be much lower. Okay, so that worked. Okay. So right now there is scrolling on the component. Please shrink everything so it fits. Or please make sure everything within the will fit inside. And I'm going to increase the width quite a bit more. Also, is there some logic in the CSS to increase the height with the width? As changing the max width is also making Okay, cool. That finally worked there. Okay, that looks better. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm going for here. Granted, the maybe center that. I don't think we need to have sample model text here, actually. I think I see what's happening, maybe. No. And I think instead of a text box, we'll just make this like some input box, and then you can click. That way you don't need to go through another screen. Oh, nice. Got the centering. The hardest thing in the world. Centering with CSS. All right. And then make the upload. I got a commit, so that looks pretty good. And then we're gonna add images for the robot and the mage real quick. While it's doing that. Oh yeah, this one's all screwed up. So these two models are AI generated. Okay, so they made changes. Let's take a look. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I do want these to be aligned though. You can make this box bigger. Oh, nice. It aligns almost perfectly. All right, I'm gonna go in real quick and change the height. Let's see, is it changing based on this one? I kind of thought it would. It's not. Alright, I'm accept so I can better see. I guess alternatively we could just make this one a little bigger as well. I ain't gonna leave it for now. I'll fix it later. Okay, let's add the 2 images for these 2. And we'll probably have, like, you know, oh. See if it actually fits it in though. Oh, nice. That works pretty well. Okay, and then we'll probably... Oh, well. Yeah, it looks pretty good. There's probably some things we can do here, though. Okay, that's enough for the looks for now. Although I am gonna change the color of this probably to I think we have maybe a little too many colors with all this. Oh, strange. Something broke with the quick start. Oh, I know why. That's actually expected. Before it was kind of working because we uploaded a model and it saved the model and then we click quick start. But it needs to actually, we need to add some code for, if there's no model in the editor, then it just starts the quick start menu. If no model loaded in, then we load up the Are you streaming and coding on the same comp, Mac or PC? I'm using a MacBook. Yep, and I am streaming here as well. I think I notice recently my stream has been crashing, but I think it's because I'm streaming on Twitch and YouTube recently. So when I stream like 5 to 10 hours, sometimes it just turns off for some reason. Load up. I think that's all we need to say. Let me just make sure something real quick. Great, this file is not super big, so that's good. All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab a coffee while it generates here. Cool. So let's see if that worked. Quick start. I gotta reload though. Cool. I don't mind errors because I'm usually can figure out. It's using query primes. Okay, cool. The way it implements it is not bad. So let's see if it works though. Right. So what should happen now is when the user clicks one of the models, that model in very similarly to landing page to how so that's the first thing. Once it does that, I think it might be fixed actually. Oh. Let's see if it finished there. Okay, so I think it's still running. Let's see, choose to start with a sample model, generate one with AI. So I'm gonna change that text real quick. Start with a sample model. I'll just leave it. I don't even know how to word that. Okay, let's see if it works. Okay. Yeah, okay. I think it's doing a little too much there. So I'm gonna accept and then restore prior. I guess before I do that, I'll just make sure it's not working. So I'm gonna create a new chat. But I'm also going to verify something real quick. When I go into the model selector, it should be loading in the file. Doesn't look like it is. I'm pretty sure this site will... Oh, wait. Huh. For some reason, I thought this page... Oh, it does. Load model from file. I think that should work. Just reading this tweet. Kind of interesting. I can't really relate to this but I do know there are a lot of people that might find that useful. ChatGPT being your best friend, though, that's a little crazy. All right, so we're still getting this error, but let's just make sure it should be loading in the model. Okay, and it is using this, that's good. Okay, good. Okay, so it seems to be doing everything we need. So now let's just plug in the error that's going on here. This is probably true. This one. I've seen some other stuff too that's coming out, or like designers. That looks pretty good. I tried it though. The models they were using were not super great. They were using the newest ones for some reason. Must be expensive. Right. Why is it having issues with this one? Let's see. Rendered more hooks. Let's see what it tried to do. Okay, that maybe could be true. I'll move this. It's kind of trying to read tweets here. Very important. Yeah, this is interesting. I think these people get the idea of like, if you were trying to develop an app where people are prototyping with their phone, I think the only way to do it is like, once you get over a certain size of the files, then you can export it to Cursor. So you first start with like a quick little prototype. Like I could see maybe me, I kind of doubt I'd use it, but some people might. But like, you generate maybe a quick prototype on your phone, test it out, and then export it over to your computer. So I think these people are kind of getting a good idea there. And I'm still not really sure whether people would actually use that, but I've never been like working on this and be like, man, I wish I could do this on my phone. That sounds pretty painful. What is this? I'm trying to understand. I'm checking out this site. I'm trying to understand what exactly this is. What? Okay. I mean, isn't there a setting in Apple? Oh, granted, maybe this for Android users, some because I'm pretty sure you could just set like screen time. Screen time max is maximums. This is funny. I mean, this just shows you people just find like a poorly implemented. I mean, if you think about it, like right now, at least on my phone, the iOS screen time tracker is totally broken in the sense that it's saying I'm using my apps 130 hours a day. So I mean, you just find something that's broken, make an app, fix it. All right, do we still have the same error? Let me check. If it's a different error, I'm okay with that. It is a different error, so that is not the end of the world. Let's see what it did. You see. So basically, it's allowing something like we're going to navigate to the page, but it's maybe still loading the model. So it's allowing it to be null for a little bit. I think that's okay. But I am going to play a chess game while I wait. Yeah. Oh, shit, bro. What am I doing? All right. Never expect it. I didn't see that. I'm just going to sack because I don't know. Damn. I am screwed officially. All right. Well, success for today. Let's see, is it the same error? I'm gonna try. Oh, nice, no error. So that's good. Okay. Let's see. It did store the file. If I close it now, okay. I tried to go to the editor. Let's see if I do this. Okay. I'm gonna make sure there's, other than there was no errors, I should probably. Oh, nice. Did it work? So if I reload, right? Why did it load in this model? That's really weird. Oh, nice. That worked. Hey. Oh, yeah, I know why it's doing that, yeah. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So that's working too. The only thing is I click browse files. Okay. Make sure that the environment's still right for these. It is. I'm gonna commit because we're getting close. These it is. So it is loading in the right models and everything. It's just the background's not quite right. So I think it removed the code for the background. That's pretty simple code. So. Nice. Let's just make sure it's still changing with everything. Cool. And make sure that when I go into motion, nice. All right, cool. So that's totally working. There's just one more change. We need to load in this, or bring in this robot model, which is over here. And we'll load that one in instead of what it's currently loading in, which is the Spartan. Okay, so right here. And this one we'll just call robot 2 for now. 5. Okay, then we go into our here and just rename this to be the robot 5. Cool, and let's just make sure these work. So I think I maybe need to reload or rebuild. I have to rebuild because I added a new new model. So you run the build command. I'll probably add like 10, maybe like 10 samples people can choose. Just simple ones. Cool, so let's test this one. Let me just make sure I changed all of the places with the robot GLB. About 5. That's a little mysterious. I bet it's a caching thing with my browser. Let me just make sure the other one works still. Okay. Why's the background gone again? I think it's because like, okay, so we remove this part. Oh. Let me try another browser real quick. I'm curious. Okay, so I'm going to set it to be studio. Okay. I'm going to quickly look at the changes because something in one of these changes removed the code for Okay, yeah, see, we changed it from this to this. We can take a look at that. Oh, I see, we're moving it somewhere else, which is probably the issue. Probably related to this here. I think it probably just removed that code, but it can add it back pretty quick, I think. I think it's faster just to have it add it back than try to figure out which thing it removed. Okay, we'll see if that works. Nice, so that appears to have worked. Let's make sure though. Cool. I'll just make sure, I'll change it, reload. Nice. All right, cool. So I think we're almost there with the samples. The only thing is this problem is kind of mysterious to me. Robot 5. Let me just make sure the model that I set as Robot 5 is actually the robot. So I believe I brought in this one. Yeah, it's the robot. But I think it's loading in some different model for some reason. And I did use a different browser, so it's not a caching thing. I set the path to this. But maybe we should just real quick do it again. So I'm gonna load in, I'm gonna bring in the model, and we'll name it something else. Blah, blah, blah. So just make sure that, I wonder if this path is doing anything. Might be another place. I gotta rebuild though. Okay. So we know that this this path here is not doing anything. So what we should do is see when it's not using this. That is a little weird. Load model. What? Okay, so now I'm confused. I'm gonna ask, where is it loading in the sample model? That's interesting. No, don't do that. One thing I'm going to check real quick is the main branch. Are we doing that as well? There we are. Oh, my camera's dead. Did not realize that. How long has it been dead? Oh, it's been dead for 20 minutes. Nice. I think that worked pretty well. So let's make sure. Okay, so it's definitely going to be in here. The load GLB file model. Oh, here it is, right? I see. Ideally choose the path, but I don't really care too much. Oh. I must have loaded in the wrong model. Or what? That makes no sense. Okay, I'm probably gonna end the stream now, but I'll be back.